Oh, gosh dang it. People keep, like, I feel like Beetlejuice here. People keep calling my name, and then I have to drop what I'm doing and just magically appear and do the thing. Nah, I'm, of course, being facetious. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Metroid Fusion 100% tournament. This is our second race today. We've got Herculesbenchpress versus Elfonzyo. This is a race with the hot stakes being a little bit higher than you might think, because this is a first-round losers bracket match. One of these two is going to stay home, and the other one is going to also stay home, but get to continue playing. So we'll get to find out who that is today. So you're gonna have to, I'll have to apologize in advance. I'm probably gonna be at about a maybe 65 to 70% bombastic today. I did one of these earlier, and I woke up pretty early today, so my energy level is probably not as high as it was before. But you know what? Do not think for a moment that in any way means that I'm any less excited about this. I love me some Fusion, and 100%'s a fun category. And dang, Hurt taking Arachnus out back, and Elfonzyo getting 0 rolls, not quite getting the double, but still getting that morph. That's really what matters there. Now both of them going to be making their way back to the navigation room. They've got to talk to Dad. Let him know what's going on there. Goodness gracious. I am going to light a coffee-scented candle and see if it helps, because I do not have time to stop what I'm doing and go brew a pot of coffee. I don't have time for that. There's a Fusion race. Shoot. God, imagine not watching this fusion race and doing something else. I feel bad for those people. They're missing out. Anyways, I am definitely curious to see how this race has turned out. How this race turns out. I think some folks definitely have their favorite in this one. Elfonzyo definitely not the most familiar with 100%, but absolutely knowing his way around, and Herc being an old hand at this game. In fact, one of the old greats, but definitely in his last race showing that he had a little bit of rust on him. He's been I think he's been doing some practice in the off time, so I'm expecting we're going to see a little bit of his old form back. But we're not. But I'm curious to see how it goes. Hopefully he won't have the same thing happen as last time. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. This isn't like reverse psychology or anything, because that was really unfortunate. I genuinely do not want that to happen again. And yes, he was in fact practicing before this, so I'm hoping to see both of them bring their best stuff and have ourselves a real good race here. In the meantime, sad elevators doing their thing. Elevators are, in fact, one of the most gruesome enemies in this game because they're sad, they are slow, and they don't really get the hint sometimes that you want to go down. Thankfully, so far that has not proven to be a problem, and both Herc and Elfonzyo heading down into Sector 1. Going to take care of some business here. Because despite the fact this is the future, technology has somehow become even less reliable. Here we have a situation where the air conditioner is broke. Not sure what's going on with that. But I do know what we have to do to fix it. Much like in real life, the solution is to apply missiles directly to the unit. So they're going to have to go fire some missiles into the fans, 5 of them to be specific, and that'll knock the X right out of them. Which makes it all the more important that they try to keep full health. Herc has maintained full health through this one room right here. Elfonzyo, running right into the barrier. So Herc, you're going to be seeing a lot of those green X's. Full health means guaranteed green drops, although it looks like he took a hit in that first room. Oh god, getting a bunch of yellows. Thankfully the E-Tank here is going to help, but he has to get out of the room first. Oh, that's the one downside is killing the Hornodes along the way, is that if you kill the Hornodes, they reform into those flying enemies, and those bring the hurt. Thankfully his missile count's looking good. Elfonzyo going through there, taking some extra hits, but opting to not use missiles, so he's looking a little bit stronger. Herc is going to... dropping below 10 is not what he wants to be seeing here. Looks like he's trying to make up for it by using his arm cannon, but it's definitely going to be wanting to see some green drops, because you cannot destroy those fans without the missiles, and he's going to need missiles for the eye door. Getting much needed green there. I think he's probably still going to want to see 1 or 2 more. Oh, the worst. He's getting green drops on the enemies he can't stop to pick them up from. Hopefully during his pirate climb, he's going to get at least a couple of greens off of them. Elfonzyo, unfortunately, also dropping a bit lower than he'd probably like to see on missile count here. Here we go, Herc first into this vertical room. And double yellows off the first pirate. Stops to kill that second pirate. Double greens, but they're off the wall, but they fly right back. But 4 missiles, that's really, really low. He's going to get 1 extra shot at double missiles on the eye door. If he tries for 2 and misses them, he's going to have to farm. So I expect him to maybe play it a little bit more conservatively here, not go for doubles, maybe go for only a single try. Yeah, he's just not even going to try for doubles here, and I can't say I blame him. The alternative is running down below, going to the next room over, and being at the mercy of those drops. So he's just in there. All right, onto the charge beam boss here. Looks like Herc's setting up for the horizontal. Oh, he's learned the new strat. Or actually, it's kind of a hybrid strat almost. I've never seen that particular setup, but I like it a lot better than the other one, the last one we got. Okay, I'll have to look into that one more. That's a setup I'm not familiar with, but I like it. And Elfonzyo getting his double-doubles the classic way, which is a little bit finicky, but he pulls it off no problem. So both of them getting double-doubles on charge. Real nice. Definitely like to see that. The reward, of course, is the charge beam itself, which is quite a reward. In this game, the charge beam doesn't give you anything fancy like combo attacks in the Super Metroid, but it offsets the loss of that by just being really strong in and of itself. It takes your beam from being a single pea shooter to actually having 2 parts to the beam and having an additional flare you can see around Samus's arm. That flare actually does damage, which means if you get right up in an enemy's face and let them know how you feel, they feel it in more ways than one. And it allows you to do very fast, very strong damage, particularly to some bosses we'll be seeing a little bit later. So Elfonzyo looks like he was trying to do possibly some variation on the Kadoom strat there, trying to maybe conserve missiles or something, instead just taking 54 damage. I'm really good at math. What I obviously meant to say was 64 damage. Like, I need this candle to give me more caffeine. Do they make those? Question for the chat. Do they make caffeinated candles? Can I caffeinate my air and beam it directly into my lungs? If so, please DM me a link on Twitch, because I need that in my life. You know, if they didn't want me to eat the candles, they wouldn't have made them smell so delicious. That's all I'm saying. The other thing I'm saying is that now it's time for Sector 2. Herc first to make it back to the main deck, but Elfonzyo right behind him. Heading on down. Sector 2 is, of course, the tropical sector, except instead of palm trees and cartoon mice, you have just a whole lot of ugly green and very dangerous wildlife. So that's definitely an interesting thing to deal with. So Elfonzyo and Herc are both going to have to struggle with not hugging the wildlife, and 100% you're going to wind up with 20 E-tanks, which is a lot of health, but they don't have it yet. And at this early point in the game, without even having Various Suit, enemies will do a lot of damage. So it's very easy to die if you're not careful in Sector 2, even in 100%. So we'll see how that works out for them. Herc first to get in there. Going to have to deal with those Zoros. The red caterpillar-like enemies. Here we go. They don't really attack you so much, just be in the way. And Herc so far doing a real good job, getting less than ideal positioning on that one right there on the right, but still managing to get around it without much trouble. Very nicely played. Dealing with the 2 on the floor without having to jump over them. It's much safer to jump over them, to be sure. Ooh, getting good positioning there as well. The big rule of thumb for quick movement in this game is jump no more than you have to, because jumping is slow. That seems like something that makes a lot of sense, but it's true in more ways than one. It's not just the... Oh my god, it's John Unfill.
Hi, Crunchy. How you doing?
I'm doing alright, but I feel somewhat uncomfortable after the way you said hello.
Sorry. Let me try again. Hi, Crunchy. How are you doing today?
Doing alright, how are you?
Can't complain, can't complain.
Excellent, excellent.
Let's see, we're here in Sector 2.
Yes, we are.
Sector 2. Sector 2 is hard.
Yeah, it is. It is, in every category.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
And it's also really depressing, because you get these bombs, and...
They're terrible.
These bombs are terrible.
Yeah. Whew. Long fuse, no infinite bomb jumping.
Yeah, the best we can hope for is a jump bomb jumps, those JBJs, but even then, there's only 1 or 2 spots that are even useful.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm getting myself oriented here. Herc is on the right.
Yes, indeed.
Herc has a bit of a lead.
Yep. Not too much. One look could definitely turn around with some I-beams or bad Zazelby luck. So
yeah, a few well-placed jumps and that lead could evaporate.
Yeah, this is definitely a game where it seems that you don't really have any just jarring lead changes, but it's definitely where you can see gaps open and close and between entering and leaving a sector. So
yeah, it's just those eye doors and some of the boss RNG.
Oh god, yeah, the eye doors are easily one of the worst things, especially in the early game. But thankfully now with Charge Beam, that that beam flare combo lets him take care of doors with only a single shot instead of 3, so that's a little bit less to worry about.
Yeah, for sure. The charge beam in this game, it's so good.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing I miss of the move to zero mission, where the missiles are definitely better, but the charge beam just feels a lot less satisfying and useful.
Yeah, the charge beam in zero mission is just nowhere near as good. And it just doesn't look as cool either.
It really doesn't. The sound. Say what you want about the sound design in Fusion. It's very visceral, very satisfying.
Absolutely. Fusion did a lot of things right. As much as people might make fun of it.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh,
that health.
It's that blue Zoro. That sucker's just no fun. It's like 130 damage. I want to say it's a lot of damage. Enough to end
the specifics.
Enough to end a 0% run if you touch it. So
yeah, it's enough to make your day go from good to bad.
Oh my God, Herc!
4 was that 4?
It was 3, but then he accidentally shot a non-charged shot and closed the eye. I thought it was going to
no.
But here we go. It's time for Zazabi. This is one of the big RNG boss here. It gives you extra jumps. Okay, that was a good first phase, but
yeah.
anywhere between 3 and 11 jumps. We'll see how many it gets.
4. Oh boy. Green perfect shot, I think that missile is.
Yeah, it is. It is a pixel perfect shot that saves absolutely no time, but dang it, it looks cool.
It looks cool. It's hard to overstate the importance of looking cool in a speedrun.
And goodness knows I try, but
yeah, ooh, nice fight. Core fight.
Yeah. Mid number of jumps and getting the doubles on the core. Can't ask for much more than that in a Zazabi fight because you're very much at its mercy.
That's
interesting. I'm actually, I don't necessarily dislike what Elfonzyo did there, forcing it to jump against the wall to make sure you never have to worry about lining up nearly as much, because then that happens. Yeah, and 100% especially if you're sitting at high health and you're worried about lining up. I actually like that. One thing I've actually been really enjoying about this tournament is we've been seeing a whole lot of just really cool strat and routing innovations that I've been absolutely digging.
Yeah, I've definitely caught a couple of those. I haven't seen nearly even close to all of this tournament, but
yeah, I mean, even with the oh my gosh, Elfonzyo's having a real bad time there. There's already been a lot of races, and it's only the second week right now.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Elfonzyo having a real rough time with Zazabi. There we go. I'd also like to point out real quick here that Herculesbenchpress has in fact made it past the sack skip, which was the part I was worried about. It gave him a lot of trouble last race, but this time got it first try, no problem.
Yeah, sack skip is definitely scary, even at 100%.
Yeah, it's because it's a lot more consistent, but it's if you drop a little bit too far to the right or a little bit too far to the left, the sax behaves differently, and it can ruin you.
Yep.
So we'll see how Elfonzyo does it. I don't know if I expect him to go for it because it's not a super difficult strat to set up, but depending on how he's feeling, he might opt to play it safe.
Yeah. After that Zazabi, he might also opt to kind of take them. No, he's not. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. All right.
It's not the worst play. I feel like if you're not comfortable with that, then that can ruin your day very, very quickly.
Oh, for sure. Because at this point in time, the thing about the sack skip is you can save beforehand, because if you mess it up, you die straight up. But you can save beforehand to try to offset that. But the amount of time you lose just taking the save already offsets the time you would save from doing it. So if you're nervous, you just don't do it.
Right. Makes a lot more sense than saving and going for it.
All right, both of them finishing up Sector 2 here, though. Elfonzyo going to just be heading on up to the big room and then heading to the navigation room. Herc already in Sector 4, which really is where the movement starts getting super fun, at least to me. I really enjoy the movement in Sector 4, but it's certainly more punishing to mess it up.
I'm not going to contradict you on that.
On which part?
The movement being fun. Because I can't, but that's okay.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me and with all...
with everyone in chat.
That's a lot of names. No, yeah, because Fusion, unlike other 2D Metroids you might be familiar with, is a very linear game. The fun thing you might not have known is that major power-ups are not actually stored at locations. They're stored in an event flag. And so
yeah,
every time you do a thing, it doesn't... like, if you kill a boss, it doesn't so much give you the boss's item as give you whatever's attached to that flag. So it might give you, like, screw attack, or it also might, like, unlock the doors in sector, whatever. I don't know. It's just so...
There's a ROM hack out there that puts in more traditional wall jumping in Fusion. So if you use that to go up to Notori early, I think it unlocks one of the doors. it's very silly.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about Fusion, because it definitely makes it more of a linear experience, but it certainly doesn't hurt it in the story department or in the control department. This game still controls extremely well, and the movement is very, very satisfying and very important, because you can't really, because there is no sequence breaking.
Yeah, even if we Herc. Even if there was a way to get two things out of order, you still would not even get the correct item. So
yeah, in a category like Hundo, where one of the last items you get is screw attack, you really can't afford to be skipping anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the other fun thing about Sector 4 here is the boss, one Ceres, a very fast wiggly worm that has a slapping theme, and Herc is yeah, Herc about to face off against it here. If the door will just stop giving him beams.
One beam, no, that's not bad. Or was it two? I thought it was one.
Looked like one.
Okay.
That's not too bad. So here we go. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this fight is deceptively hard. Herc will hopefully make it look easy, but
no, yeah, this is using the charge beam, like I said, with the beams and the flare. You can turn a 5-cycle fight into a 2-cycle fight, but you have to make sure to release the shot not too early, not too late. Make sure that, yeah, just like that. The Samus's arm is inside its head, and then you get that 2-cycle. This is 5 missiles for this core. He got the first double, the second double. He just has to line up that sweet spot now, and gets it. That was a real good Ceres fight.
Absolutely. That's one of those ones that it's always, it's always nice to see done well.
Yeah. It's also one of those fights that no matter how many times you do it, there's always the possibility of things going real far south.
Yeah, if you miss one shot, it just goes totally off the rails.
Yeah, or if you perish a thought, you fall in the water. At that point, you're just... No. At that point, that's not water anymore. Those are your tears.
Yep. That's that water. All the water at this point in the game is just not where you want to be.
Certainly not. But okay, Elfonzyo are going to be facing off against Ceres here in a moment. First, shaking the screen a little bit just for the sake of everyone watching at home there. And now Herc is going to go lower the water level because, as we've already established, water bad. So we're going to get rid of it.
Oh, Herc. Oh, no, Herc, no. Oh, that's so bad. He didn't even...
Herc, that's not what I meant.
Not lowering himself into the water. Lowering the level of the water.
Lower the water. You're going to drink it all. You're going to hydrate like a madman.
I don't know that I'd want to drink that water. It's all electrocuted.
That means it's full of electrolytes, right? That's how it works.
Ah, of course, yes.
Of course.
Looked like a good shot for Elfonzyo.
It did. So, oh, he's getting those half-moon patterns. Most of Ceres' patterns are in pairs, except those circular ones you see right there. So, depending on what we see for the first in a set... Oh, God, that's really bad luck. Come on, give him a good one. Okay, this one, he knows where it's going to be. It's right here. He has to crouch on the left side. He's a bit on the right. Oh. Yeah, for that one, you want to be crouching on the left side of that platform. So he didn't quite hit it with a flare, but you should be able to finish it off in one more good shot here. Ooh. Oh, gosh. That's always the risk you take when trying to deal with those the big circle pattern. There is you try to get it done faster, but it's harder to get the setup cleanly.
There it is.
There we go. 4 cycle less than ideal, but he gets out of there. So he has to get 2 doubles. There's his first double. Just 1 more, and he can do this. Oh, a little bit too early.
Oh, we got the second one and the sweet spot though.
Nice. So that's that was a good recovery there. It's real. The unfortunate thing about Saris is if you miss the 2 cycle, it's real easy to get inside your own head and just end up with 4 or 5 cycles. But Elfonzyo managed to keep it together there.
Yep. Sector 4 is hard.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is it's where the movement gets more interesting, but it's also usually the first sector where major time lapses can start to pile up in any given run. At least that's certainly been my experience.
Yeah, Saris falling into the water.
Oops, a little bit too high there. But on the plus side, they both now have Speed Booster, which this is the first appearance of the improved Speed Booster that does not drain your energy and is a lot easier to aim and operate. And you can regain your running speed by charging horizontally into a slope, which is
such a good feature. It's
that's
so good. If all they gave us was that, but it still drained health, I'd still be all over it.
Oh, for sure. Although it would certainly make certain areas like Nightmare Shine Spark a little bit dicier to do.
Yeah, that would be a little scary, especially in any percent.
Yeah, but Elfonzyo going to lower some water here. Herc into Sector 3, going to unlock some doors and get himself some super missiles. In this game, they actually overlap on your normal missiles instead of being a separate power-up, which I'm okay with. It just means all your missiles are better. I'm not seeing a downside.
Yeah, I really like the super missiles in this game.
Yeah, same. They're very strong.
For a criminally low amount of time.
Yeah. Just, again, coming back to the sound design, just the supers in this game are so very loud, they shake the screen, it just feels exceedingly visceral in the most enjoyable way.
Oh yeah, they really and truly feel super to use.
It really is too bad that we have to get rid of them. I don't even want to think about how short that time is. It just makes me sad.
No, it's way too short. Even playing casually, it's too short.
Now we saw on Elfonzyo's screen there, something that Herc did earlier, a little puzzle where you have to kill an enemy and reform it as a gold. Remember that one, and we'll be coming back to it later.
Yeah, that's a pretty common theme.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice shine break, Herc.
Ooh, I'm a fan of the shine break. It's I think in-game time it saves half a second, but RTA it's less. But honestly, at worst you're similar to break even, and it looks at least 3 times cooler. So I'm going to call it a win.
I'm with you on that. I think that shine spark is a win if you get it like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, shine break is what we refer to when you run over a block that would break when you speed boost, but you crouch in such a way that you get the charge and also break the block. Ooh, I think that actually looks pretty good.
I think we might be able to see a data spark from Herc.
I think so.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's always the worst.
It's a slap in the face. You got all the hard parts of the trick.
No, yeah, I feel that one. I've never once gotten data spark, but I've gotten the charge many times. Then I always bonk the door.
Yeah,
because it's such a tight trick. Getting the charge is only half of it. Both halves are difficult.
No, that's fair. I've never actually done it, so
it's real hard.
Absolutely, I understand that.
All right, but now Herc is armed with super missiles. You can already see them screen shaking. In fact, we can let's do one better here. Let me actually stop being bad and pull up the commentary controls so we can listen to this.
Ah, good.
Okay. Herc's audio isn't usable. That's why we're not hearing it. Okay.
Ah.
All right, Herc going for classic strats on Box here. Unfortunately, killing Box a little bit further than left he would have liked, because Box takes his walk of shame very seriously.
Oh yeah, he goes nice and slow. He savors every minute of it. You can always see them shake the screen, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, every time you see the screen shake when a missile hits something, just imagine you hear a very deep, very echoey, loud kaboom.
Yeah, it's a good description. Yeah.
Alfonso had a little bit of trouble breaking those blocks to get into the security room by the looks of it. I think he just didn't quite have the distance to build up a charge.
Yeah. Speed
right.
Booster is funky in some ways.
Yeah, that is, I suppose, one of the reasons why it's folks are not. I'm not gonna say unhappy, but I guess just a little bit down on Speed Booster after Super is that you no longer have the run button, so you can't do things like short charge.
Yeah, short charging is pretty cool.
But they add so much other good stuff to it that that's the other dark side to the shine break. If you crouch too early, you just have to, he's crouching way early. You gotta be crouching like right around the right side of that girder in the background.
Yeah, he's opting to just skip it.
Yeah,
makes sense.
That's one where it's if you're going to miss it, you want to miss it late. You do not want to miss it early.
Absolutely.
All right, Elfonzyo saying hello to Bob. Hey, Bob. And Herc heading into Sector 6, which I've been told is the night sector, although it's nowhere near dark enough to be nighttime there.
Maybe it's like really far north.
Ah, you're right. Maybe it's the Arctic Circle, or I guess... Wait a second, this is in space!
Wait a second. So it's really far north, right?
Oh, yeah, actually, you know, that makes sense. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the whole space station is just like on the it's perpetually on the dark side of a planet.
Oh, a geosynchronous orbit.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, that wouldn't work then.
I'm not sure how the physics of that one work out, but
yeah, that's not what geosynchronous means. Oh my god, I'm so ashamed of myself. No. Oh my god.
I mean, I thought that's what geosynchronous meant too, so you're not alone at least.
No, that's where you stay above the same point, so couldn't be nighttime unless the planet wasn't rotating.
Yeah, and that I'm not certain of the physics on that one either, but I'm pretty sure that just doesn't work.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Alright, Elfonzyo. Here we go, gonna face off against Box. Ooh, having a little bit of trouble.
That last tank. Whew.
Yeah, the obnoxious thing about Box is that the hitbox is genuinely recessed in there, so it looks like it's down between those two front legs. It is. You can and will tink your diagonal shots off of them, so you gotta be aiming really particularly to get in there. Alright, so Herc doing a little bit of yakety sax action over here. That one's not as dangerous as it looks. As long as you make sure not to shoot it too early, you can and will have it jump over you and just run past.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Huh.
Did he just leave the screen before he lost all the health?
I think he did, yeah. Because I seem to remember those doing a fair bit more than 70 damage tops. I thought they did like an E-tank.
It's less than 100, but I can't remember how much it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to not say that's the number. Someone giving us a suggestion in chat.
I'm going to assume that Paul's more is not telling the truth. That
oh gosh.
Doesn't seem like the sort of thing you would do.
Oh, okay. So apparently it actually is the answer.
Whoa, was that a double there on that?
It was not. No.
Okay.
It looked like it could have been, but it was. I think one of the missiles might have gone past it. Yeah, especially on JP version where the giant corpse doesn't fly out quite as far when you hit it. It's a little bit harder to get the good height for doubles.
Yeah. And now we've got the mustard suit.
Mustard's yeah, sure, yeah, mustard. Okay.
Oh, Herc.
Oh, go. What?
Well,
I think he forgot where he was going.
I was gonna say he forgot what game he was playing, and he just kind of assumed that you could do normal wall jumps, but.
Either I was getting in touch with this inner Tony Hawk and just doing a sweet kickflip off that wall. I don't know. Oh, okay. Apparently,
the puffer.
So you can, I guess you can freeze the puffer if it's in a certain spot, maybe.
Damage boost off of it. I think you don't have ice missiles yet. Fortunately.
No, oh, that's a good point. You don't. I don't know.
So, I'm assuming you can damage boost off of it.
Dang, there's. I try to keep in touch with Fusion speedrunning better than more than any other game I run at the moment, and there's so much that's happened recently that I'm just not in on. I feel like I've been failing. Just, gosh, new strats left and right, all sorts of cool new things. I'm just like,
I think the switch to real time added in a bunch of new strats.
Okay, so apparently it's not a new strat, just one that apparently just.
No one does.
So. All right, so the takeaway here is that I am not do not have my thumb on the pulse of Fusion speedrunning anywhere near as much as I thought. So I'm just going to sit over here in the lying corner. It's fine.
When you go lie down in the lying corner.
Oh, that sounds really nice. Don't joke about that.
Oh, sorry. I meant stand up on a really, really hard floor.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Ah, it must be it. I learned from the wrong tutorial. That's what it is.
Ah, of course.
That's what I get. Here we go. Elfonzyo going to deal with the sacks as well. Giving a few extra steps just to be safe.
Better safe than sorry.
Oh, for sure.
Even, what is that, 60 tanks? I think the sacks can still give you a really rough time, even with 60 tanks.
Oh yeah. No, if it catches you and you can't get away, it will absolutely murder you in short order. The sacks is no joke, especially before you get the various suit.
Yeah, getting frozen in place is never a fun time, no matter what game you're playing.
No, although that is definitely, it is a very cool attention to detail that before you get the various suit, what the Sax does, it actually tries to freeze you and then hit you with a super. You know, the way one would kill a Metroid, which is actually a pretty cool touch.
Yeah. Although to be fair, doesn't the Sax like only shoot super missiles? Does it even have regular missiles?
I mean, it probably does, but it's considering Sax is supposed to be Samus equipped. Basically, as she was near the end of Super Metroid, she's got a lot of supers then.
Yeah, that's if my memory serves me correctly. Then she was packing a strong 50 super missiles.
Yeah. Ooh, Elfonzyo having some trouble with the doubles here, and that's not necessarily that's understandable. Honestly, the double missiles do get harder with every single missile upgrade you get.
Yeah, that's for sure. Cooldown on the missiles just gets a little bit longer every single upgrade you get.
Yep, and the missiles travel a little bit faster too, so that's...
Yeah, forgotten about that.
Yeah, so you have to be a bit more mindful of your positioning, its position, and just the timing of everything just becomes a lot less forgiving. Like normal missile doubles, you can almost just kind of do it with your eyes closed once you get the feel for the timing, but as soon as you hit supers, you've got to have it flying in a certain way.
Yeah, and then ice missiles even more so.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I think Herc is making his way towards those, or he's already gotten them. No, he's making his way towards them.
Yeah, he has to unlock the doors first, though.
Yeah, you go through this bottom part so many times, I can't keep track of what's what.
Yeah, you really do. That's the secret danger of Sector 5. We visit it so many times, going through so many of the same rooms, that it's very easy to forget where you're supposed to be going and which visit you're on. So it's happened more than once where runner will go to do the wrong thing, forgetting what their next objective is.
Yeah, just doing the route for the wrong Sector 5 visit.
Yeah, and there are multiple ways to do it as well. So
Yeah, how many times do you visit this sector? 4? 5?
I want to say, yeah, 5.
Yeah, fitting.
Yeah, there's 3 before Nightmare destroys it, then 2 after.
Yeah. There's what? Ice missiles, power bombs.
Are you there?
Yeah, hello?
Okay. I was like, either everything stopped and my internet went out, or I'm not entirely sure what happened here. I'm going to
Yeah,
refresh Arena here.
my video seems to have stopped as well.
Uh-oh, the RTMP might be down.
Oh, yeah. I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting much of anything either.
Oh. Okay, I remember there being an extra visit before Nightmare, so there's only 4 visits to Sector 5, but still, that's a lot.
That is a lot. That doesn't really make it much better.
Not in the slightest. Okay, so it seems what I'm seeing here is Elfonzyo is in a save room. That's what the Kana says, and Herc is doing the Sector 5 puzzle room here. I don't know what his Ripper luck was like, but I'm going to assume it was average.
Okay, that's a pretty reasonable assumption. I can't really fault you for that.
Either that, or he accidentally caught the X before the Ripper formed and is just sitting there rolling in the corner, feeling shame, which is also valid.
Yep. Oh, there he goes. Herc is in emergency. Very
Yes.
well. About to start emergency. Oh.
Yeah. Emergency and ISP.
Yep.
So yeah, Herc needs to head down to the bottom of Sector 3 in order to unplug the router and plug it back in so that the RTMP server will cooperate.
Which honestly, I feel like at the bottom of a sector is a pretty terrible place for a router.
Yeah, why do you think it's so spotty? You can't get Wi-Fi anywhere it's not the Sector 3.
It makes sense. So now that we're going back towards Sector 3, Herc's stream is functioning much better.
Exactly.
Perfect. I understand.
See, everything is just coming together.
Yeah, I'd also like to have a word with the BSL IT team, because they seem to need a few lessons in router placement.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking about this. I was remarking on it earlier. You think about how many things break or function weirdly. I'm really starting to think that all these so-called BSL scientists are not actually real good science people. They're probably not even real nerds.
I mean, yeah, like who would design a space station like this, where it's like, okay, let's dump a giant pool of lava here. And the only method of transport across it is going to be like monkey bars. Better hope you don't skip arm day.
Well, judging by the fact that none of them are still around, they skipped all the days.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, Herc making his way through Sector 3. He's on a pretty decent pace by the looks of it. Just has to thankfully not blow out that block with a missile, which is a lot easier to do than you might think. I'm not speaking from experience. Why would you think that?
Nice frozen.
No.
Frozen enemy hitboxes. Every bit as good in this game as one would expect frozen enemy hitboxes to be.
Oh yeah, frozen enemies are one of those little things I don't think anyone quite understood when this game first came out, because they enabled you to do all sorts of things, from clip through them to land on them in strange ways to just use them to go out of bounds. Not in Japanese version, mind you, but oh god, these beams though. 3 beams.
Whew. 3 beams.
Ooh.
Hey, there's a scientist. Ooh, wait.
Oh, so Elfonzyo talking about a thing that we had mentioned. Apparently, he did, in fact, forget which visit he was on and pull what we call a secret key, which is, instead of going to the data room to get ice missiles, start heading back toward the navigation.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, you can usually tell when you've done that, because you don't see Nightmare in the background and there's no emergency, but sometimes you just miss the cues.
Yeah, sometimes you just autopilot.
Yeah, it's true. And what better place than Sector 5 where you just go through it so many times? It's just kind of flick this on, I'm going to take a nap.
Yep. It's a dangerous place to autopilot.
Yeah. But hopefully we will have a better feel for where Elfonzyo is, judging by the fact he's sitting through that corridor. He's...
Oh, there he goes.
There we go. So he's got ice missiles by the looks of it.
Wait, what?
Go and do the puzzle room here.
Okay. It looks like he went through the data room without needing to collect the data.
Well, the room to the right of the data room wasn't green, so it looks like this was just his the visit where he got ice missiles and accidentally left out the left door instead of just going the right.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, having a little bit of trouble with the puzzle room here. You have to freeze that enemy, and then he's got the Ripper. He just has to freeze it in the right spot. But it's a little bit far to the right. Hopefully, you can jump extend over to it.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think, or maybe if you wall jumps off the bottom, you can get to it. But I think he's just not going to take the chance. Falling back down here would be a little bit unpleasant. So there we go. That should work. Just has to get a good jump. There we go.
Oof, that scared me for a little bit, but he's got it. I'm going to take a second here to have a moment of silence for Spazer.
Yeah, no Spazer in this game.
It's way better than Wide Beam. It looks cooler. It sounds cooler. I don't know that it's, actually any better, but it's cooler.
Well, instead of shooting yellow squigglies, it shoots what looks to be purple hexagons.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on your taste in colors and shapes.
That's fair. That's a pretty reasonable way of looking at it. See, for me personally, the important thing here is that Spazer is actually short for space laser. Or no, that's not right.
It's a portmanteau?
No, that's not right at all. It was originally, when it was first introduced, it was originally called the Spazer laser beam. And that's what makes it cool.
God, that's so
cool.
I mean, I was trying to find a word that was a little bit bigger than that because it really is, but I couldn't. I was drawing a blank.
I'll go back a few years here.
Big.
Would you describe it as epic?
No, I don't think that's the word.
But
I wouldn't either, but... Sitting here trying to think of good words for it. All right, I should probably stop that. Elfonzyo is sitting in emergency, or rather moving on an elevator in emergency, while Herc is watching all the animals run past the door and jumping out.
Gotta love these animals.
There we go. Unfortunately, what they do is very random there. They run around in the background, and then once the door opens, then they'll finish what they're doing and run over to the door. So you definitely hope that it's not going to take them forever to get out the door, but sometimes it just does, and, well...
There's nothing you can do about it.
Not a thing. Alright, so Elfonzyo showing us part of emergency, and then showing us another part of emergency. Oh!
The lava.
Yeah. Thankfully, the cool thing about the monkey bars is if you get hit while you're on them, just hold up and you stay attached.
Yeah, that would have been one of those things that would have been really nice to know as a kid.
Is there a time difference between English and Japanese? Yes, about 6 minutes.
6? I thought it was like 3.
Or maybe...
It's substantial.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Maybe, or is it 4 minutes? It might be 4 minutes.
Could be 4.
It's one of those two.
I'm not the authority. 2.5.
All right, so I'm
Kirby.
just going to like stop giving statistics because I am apparently just making them all up. I don't know what's going on anymore. I thought it was like 4 minutes.
It's okay, Crunchy. Did you know approximately 90% of statistics are in fact made up on the spot?
That's not the number I heard, but yeah, I did in fact know. The operative difference being I'm not trying to.
Well, it doesn't say that they're intentionally made up on the spot.
That's valid. That's valid. All right, so now Herc and Elfonzyo both packing the power of Wide, which does not nearly have as much of an impact as packing the power of Spazer. But, well, that's just how it is. It's fine.
Yeah. I feel like, casually, I felt like you had Wide Beam for far too long in this game.
You kind of do, especially... But you can, that's probably just because Plasma is so good that we can't give them for that long.
Right. Plasma is the coolest beam in this game.
Yeah, certainly the one that got the biggest glow up from Super Metroid.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the meantime, Herc back in Sector 5, now getting the loudest of power-ups. Because I don't think there's...
Bomb.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me. So I think he's going to go for the... Yep, he's going for the... Oh! That's the danger of that strat. If you don't make it, you usually just take a huge tumble.
Do you have to jump extend twice to make that, or...?
You can make it with one, but you've got to get it just right. And there goes the power bomb right there, just shaking the screen, doing the funny little sort of kind of color inverty thing. I'm not even sure what to call it.
Yeah, I don't know either. What I do know is that at one point in the past, I heard someone mention that the power bomb sound effect sounds like someone just getting real up close to the mic and just blowing.
I don't know about that, but it's certainly something you can. It's certainly something you can do into a telephone to impress all your friends, and perhaps turn them into ex-friends if you do it enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if that's impressing your friends, I think I need different friends.
I mean,
that is some unfortunate Ripper RNG.
Yeah, you can freeze it more to the left than you think you can, but still, all the way against the left is real bad there.
Yep.
Alright, I'm curious to see what Herc does in the vertical room. The second is that you have access to another fun strat here. Oh, he's not going for it. That's too bad.
Is it faster?
Oh no, it's I think actually the exact same amount of time, but it is
That's
far more it's far more difficult and far cooler looking.
All right. I can get down with far cooler looking as a reason to do it.
I mean, you freeze an enemy, then you break the blocks that it was standing on, and then use it as a stepping stone to wall jump up a one-tile gap.
I am very surprised that second Ripper worked for Herc.
Yeah, that one was a little bit sketchy, but the important thing is that it did work. Oh, for a minute I thought Elfonzyo was going to try to do impossible strat, but nah, just doing a little bit of wall jumping.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, impossible strat is actually possible.
Until you mess it up, at which point it is literally impossible.
Oh no!
Oh, feels real bad.
Has no choice but to just climb the room as intended.
Oh, intended strat. Just saying that feels bad. It leaves a terrible taste.
Yeah, no one wants to do intended strats.
But see how the animals treat Elfonzyo, though. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that last Edikun. It's always that third Edikun.
I was about to say, wow, those were really good, and then they were not.
Yeah. In that Edikun's defense, I had to go turn off the stove.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave that on.
No, certainly not. Alright, Herc heading back up to the main deck, where he's going to have a bit of an oopsie.
Yeah. You know what I always found a little weird about this particular bit? You're on what looks like an energy elevator, and when the power goes out, it just disappears. So, what are you standing on there?
Well, I've thought about that. I have two thoughts. One, they carefully disguise it so it's right behind one of those horizontal pillars, which makes horizontal bars. And two, I wonder if it's like the future equivalent of a safety elevator.
Ooh, that's a good thought. Yeah.
Like it's an energy thing, yes, but at the same time, maybe there's like a platform that appears under you, or maybe the energy is just part of the platform and there's actually a physical component to it.
That would make sense. Yeah.
So hard to say.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the futuristic safety elevator theory.
Yeah, I do like that one, because I'd like to think that not everything in the future is actually, strictly speaking, worse than technology now, as it so much seems to be the case in this game.
Yeah. I think part of that is just I don't know that these scientists were designing this laboratory for themselves. Because if you're just a regular old person, it really just seems difficult to get around.
It really, really does. Like, not even just putting aside just running, jumping, climbing. I mean, just imagine we got to open the green door. We got to open the green doors. How do we get in there? It's behind a green door. Well, how do we get in there? Ah, that's where it gets fun. You have to jump. You have to jump at Mach speed and somersault into a wall to shatter it, and then become a ball. Excuse me.
Herc doing those low percent strats.
Yep, that E-Tank there is actually one of the most dangerous bosses in 0%.
Absolutely.
It is surprisingly easy to accidentally grab it.
Conversely, it's surprisingly easy to skip it when you're doing 100%.
Yep, it goes back to autopilot. Elfonzyo was going for the cool, not actually faster Shine Spark here. Lets you segue directly into a wall jump, but no such luck.
Speaking of luck, Yakuza.
I'm concerned we might not get good luck on Yakuza today, because we got 3 runs worth of perfect luck on the earlier race. Oh my god, what?
Wow. Was that a zero beam one round?
That's 4 1 cycles in a row I've seen in one day. What is going on here? And that certainly was not a double.
Neither was that.
Yeah, ice missiles are really where the doubles start getting genuinely difficult.
I think that was double. That sure was.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's a lot easier to tell when you get them or not, because you get the big icicles.
Yeah, which is honestly a pretty cool looking effect.
It is. Unfortunately, we sacrifice the screen shake and the kaboom.
Yeah, and most of the usability of missiles as weapons.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of getting the ice beam in Metroid 1, because at that point, shooting things just takes forever.
Yeah.
And that was a bit low on that power bomb. Elfonzyo's gonna have to drop a second one to blow open the ceiling here.
It really just took a long time for them to get Ice Beam quite correct, didn't it?
It really did. Alright, and here we go. Herc going to face off with the Sax once again, hopefully not get shot up by it. That's not a thing you want to happen.
No, it looks as though he is living a lifestyle that seems to be relatively shot-free. Or, I'm disappointed in myself for not making a getting off shot-free joke.
Well, it's alright. Now you can put that one in your pocket and hang on to it for the next time you need it.
Yeah. I'm disappointed in myself, but that's okay.
It's alright. Happens to the best of us.
Yep.
Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. It looks like Elfonzyo is finishing up this visit to Sector 5, and Herc is heading moments away from the next boss in the boss gauntlet. if you can call it a boss. This is
Yeah, this is kind of trivial 100%, isn't it?
extremely trivial. The worst that happens is you might accidentally get knocked into a flower, but it does so little damage that you might as well just say lose half second, continue fight.
Yeah.
Just stand here and shoot missiles. Maybe jump.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to crouch.
Yeah, but it gives you so much time to prepare for it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Get some doubles here. These are a little bit trickier. People tell me these are easy doubles. I say no, because at this point you have ice missiles with their timing, and the room is shorter than you think.
Yeah, I don't really have a good sense for how to do those sort of doubles, so I'm going to listen to you on that one.
Yeah, you just try to keep it as close to the bottom of the room, and then then space jump to the top of the screen as fast as you can to set up to do the doubles. The problem with that is you have to rely on the space jump, which in this game is the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, space jump is not very good in this game. I hesitate to say that it's the worst in the series, but it's certainly not the best.
Oh, I don't hesitate at all. I hate the space jump in this game. I think it's the worst.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no. Like, people say, oh, Super Metroid space jump is worse. Nah, fam, I'll take that one over this one any day.
Yeah, the only reason I wouldn't definitely say that this is worse is because at least in this one you can space jump, like you don't stop being able to space jump after falling for a certain distance.
That one's definitely true. I will certainly give you that, but at the same time I feel that that's more, you can also chalk that up somewhat to the lack of a respin.
That's fair.
But in any case, Herc is done with Sector 2.
A little early on that running with Elfonzyo. He's going to have to break those power bomb blocks again.
Did it at least light them up?
It did. It might have hit one of them, actually. I'm not totally certain.
It very likely still hit the second one.
Really? Because the second one, okay, well, we'll see.
It's extremely generous.
Yeah. I don't know. My sense for it is literally non-existent.
I was looking away so I didn't see it for myself. We'll see in a moment. We got neither? Wow. And normally if the blast is... when you zoom out, if the blast is about to hit this, like, barely hitting the second block, that's still enough. Like, earlier today, I thought Scotty for sure had actually missed it, and oh no. Ooh, that's rough. But then again...
Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually missed it, but then waggled his finger at the cartridge and it gave it to him anyway.
Yeah, he gave it a stern look.
Yeah. Speaking of stern looks, it's time for a very not stern trick here on Herc's screen. He's setting up for the longest shine spark in the game, and possibly the longest shine spark in any Metroid that I can think of. Oh no!
Well, he's sure not... he doesn't even attempt. Alright.
The easiest backup is over here. That's what he's going for.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go. No problem.
Okay.
So he gets the backup. Thankfully, this Nightmare Shine Spark here is such a huge time save that even if you mess up the initial setup, getting with the backup is still faster than just running through the rooms.
Yeah.
So
running through those rooms is really slow.
Yeah.
Nope. Herc.
Yeah, the annoying thing about this room is if you drop a power bomb to see where those crumble blocks are, it makes a gate rise up.
Yeah, I found that one. I remember finding that one out casually. That was a fun time.
Oh no, Elfonzyo.
Is this 3 rounds?
He gets one more, it's gonna be... Oh, he gets
the 4! The 4-round Yakuza.
The luck fairy came for the payout, say, where's my luck?
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't borrow anything. Too bad. 4 cycle.
Oh, yikes.
Oh god.
That is not what you want to see.
Yeah, Yakuza is very much a mean boss, but not even for the reason, literally just for that reason, because there's nothing you can do. If it wants to give you the 4 cycle, and it usually does, you just get the 4 cycle.
Oh yeah.
He gets the initial double on a really low height start. That was impressive.
Misses the second one.
Ooh, that was really close for that one, though.
Yeah, I thought he had that one.
that was super.
Hottie had that one too. Oh,
And that one was super early. It looked like,
Okay.
but whatever. You got one double, and you take every double you can get in this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
One beam for her. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Let's see how this goes. Need him to
Ooh!
get a load of spicy McGee over here. Not even unmorphing, just going for the frame perfect jump.
That's
Dang.
That is a very bold play.
That is double bold right there.
Yeah, I think all the lines on Herc's side of the screen just got thicker.
That's putting it lightly. But that was the first two phases of Nightmare there. Here's the third phase. This has got to pump missiles into its face, then dance a little bit.
I've always heard a little bit, seeing how easy Nightmare actually is, because I struggled with Nightmare on my casual playthroughs so much.
I mean, honestly, that's only it's like a lot of other things in just I guess speedrunning in general. A lot of bosses are less difficult than you remember once you know the ins and outs of them. So
yeah, for sure.
And honestly, even with knowing how it works, sometimes just you have a big old struggle that decides it wants to keep switching.
Was that a vertical double? That kind of looked like a vertical double from Herc.
I mean, most doubles are vertical.
No, I meant like.
Oh, from top down?
No. I meant like he got both on the bottom of it rather than moving the core like to the side into the both missiles.
Oh,
I'm not sure I'm doing a good job of explaining that one.
I think I understand what you're saying, and if so, I missed it.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will go back to my default assumption of assuming that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, that's my assumption today as well. Neither of us know what we're talking about.
Perfect. Oh no, Elfonzyo fell into the plant and lost half a second because of it.
Fortunately, he managed to get into position far right enough to not have to deal with that left plant. Meanwhile, Herc dealing with the worst room in the game right here.
Yeah, it looks like it's being somewhat generous to him. It doesn't appear as though this has been... Oh, well, you know, I said that.
Hope you didn't need that 85 energy.
Yeah.
Oh god, Elfonzyo's having a real rough time here with this core. There we go. Gets it, though. Now armed with plasma, which we mentioned got the best upgrade in this game, and that's absolutely true. It goes from being just a piercing beam to being a piercing beam that also does damage per second. I'm sorry, per frame. Per frame.
Every single frame it's in the enemy hitbox.
And this is a 60 FPS game, so that's a lot of damage per second.
Oh yeah. It's so good. I love Plasma Beam in this game.
It's also got a nice green color, so I'm digging that. It just looks and feels good.
I gotta be honest though. I like the idea of a red plasma beam more.
A red plasma beam.
Yeah, I like the Metroid 2 plasma beam. Which, granted, the game wasn't really in color, but like.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a black and white game, John.
Well, if you play it on a Game Boy Color or I think a Super Game Boy, there's a pretty good palette for it where like all the sprites are shades of red and orange, and the suits and the plasma beam look really good.
Yeah, all right, I can dig it.
Certainly looks better than the Varia suit in this game.
Yeah, although to be fair, that's not terribly difficult.
That is very true. I think I spilled some cereal the other day and it looked better than the Varia suit.
Goodness. I don't even need to ask what kind of cereal. It's just absolutely correct, and I know it is.
Yeah. It was
that's a
having
good
bunches
point.
of votes.
Someone points out the Prime 1 plasma beam, which is the delightful bright red fire E-beam.
Yeah, like what plasma actually is.
Although I actually would not also be opposed to having just kind of like a white with purple accents beam, like if you look at the top of a Tesla coil.
Something kind of like Prime 1 Wave Beam. That's very electric.
Yeah.
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 I think that was more purple with white accents, but...
Ooh, Herc was
that
quite a little bit high there.
Oh, that hurts.
That's unfortunate. So I'm curious to see what he decides to do for a backup here, because the fast backup is really just doing the intended strat, and yep, that's what he's doing.
Intended strats. Yikes.
Well, it's at least he does it this way, of doing it from the right instead of the left, saving himself some screen transitions. So this is the best possible backup, I suppose, as opposed to having to run all the way back to the left to do it.
Yeah. Throwing in some cheeky ladder jump in there.
Meanwhile, Elfonzyo over here just getting... Oh, no! He spoke too soon! He's going for the other backup, which, this is the least cost-effective backup in terms of real time, because of the extra door transitions, but if you can get it, you can... Oh, what?
He was...
I respect the cheek of going for Nightmare Space Boost. Unfortunately, he also demonstrated the danger of Nightmare Space Boost. Broken doors are very weird in this game. Yeah, if you are not moving up through a broken door, you automatically you're essentially automatically on the ground in the next room. That's what happened there.
Which is honestly a very silly way of doing it, but you know.
But I'm I have nothing but respect for him just saying, well, didn't get the Shine Spark, we're going for the Space Boost. That's one hell of a backup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the coolest looking.
Yeah, unquestionably.
But it's also really, really difficult.
Very much so. So Elfonzyo... Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to talk about a little bit of what was going on.
That's probably a good thing to do.
Dang, I think you're right. Okay. So Elfonzyo now about to face off against Nightmares, has to do a little bit of cleanup, and Herc is done cleaning up Sector 4, like, completely. Like, all the way. So now he's got to go to Sector 6 and deal with the box again. You remember that silly robot that doesn't look at all like a box, right? Well, it's back.
You know, what does box even stand for? What is it short for? Okay, good to know.
I was trying to come up with something for X. Like box only, exceedingly not, but I lost it. I lost it.
Yeah, X is a weird letter to work with.
Boring old xylophone.
Yeah.
But here we go. Time for Elfonzyo to deal with the nightmare as well. Let's see how... Oh! Didn't quite get the quick first phase here. There we go.
Reasonably quick.
Second phase. Yeah, first phase you generally want to try to get out of in just that first immediate shot, but if you miss the missile, it takes a little bit more work.
Looks like a good setup for the third phase here.
Yep, but let's see.
That may be a little less so.
Maybe not. Looks good. He gets it. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, you're very much at the mercy of what Nightmare is doing.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where you just kind of get a feel for it.
Yeah, there are ways you can, I guess, do semi-consistent setups to try to that work most of the time, but honestly, it's just figure out what it's following and act accordingly. You just have to practice it a bunch to get the hang of it.
Yeah.
I was going to point out that chat is just volunteering what box stands for, and I'm all about that.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job of it than I was. Herc finding out that he is unable to enter due to not possessing the requisite authorization.
It's true. We can't... Images you can hear is very much what that is. You can hear her voice echoing forever. But here it is. Here's the Xbox. Now armed with missiles and able to jump a little bit higher and knock you off the ceiling. And it's... How very polite of them that in order to be close enough to hit that diagonal shot, you have to be close enough for it to knock you off. So You gotta be a little bit more quick on your feet, or I guess on your hands in this case. Actually, wait a second. How does Samus do monkey bars if she only has one hand?
I mean, it's a power suit.
Yeah, but Gun
This
doesn't
one's-
have power of hand.
Maybe that's where the grapple beam went. It was reduced to like incredibly short range, so it's not useful for anything other than monkey bars and ladders.
Grapple beam has become grapple hand.
Yes.
That might be it. Alright, so Herc, meanwhile, has acquired the needed authorization by virtue of beam can shoot through walls, which I'm pretty sure authorizes you to do a whole lot of things.
Oh,
and
for
finds
sure.
Metroids.
If I had a beam that could shoot through walls, to be quite honest, I can't think of many applications for that in real life, but
a lot fewer people would tell you that you couldn't do a thing, that's for sure.
that is true.
Meanwhile, Herc threw this sick party over here in the forbidden area, but the Sax invited itself, and now we just have to jettison the whole thing. That's alright, because Elfonzyo has unlocked the red doors, so now all the doors are open everywhere.
You know, I wonder if the scientists intended for it to be like you could open level 4 without opening level 3 or something like that. Wow.
I haven't the slightest idea.
I mean, I don't either.
Like, not much that these scientists have done makes actual sense.
That is a very fair point.
Speaking of things that don't make sense, Samus's anatomy doesn't make much sense if you look at her in these close-ups.
I mean, yeah, honestly. I can't tell if it's shoulders too wide or torso too narrow.
Honestly, I think for me what it is with how high where her head is, the shoulders are too wide. Because if the shoulders were that wide, she'd either have to have a head higher up or, yeah. So that's either normal and her head's just kind of like craned forward awkwardly far, or her shoulders are comically wide.
I'll accept your thoughts on that matter.
Lemon, I would have accepted that in Super Metroid, but in this game, she no longer has those. The fusion suit is just her, pretty much supposed to be the shape of her body. At least that's what very much it looks like.
And even so, like, even if they were just pauldrons, I mean, what sort of weird angle are her arms coming out of?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I think we're overthinking. We're thinking about game anatomy a lot more than developers did, I think.
Well, that much is very clear. Elfonzyo, I'm not kidding. Did he even attempt the strat? Actually, I didn't quite see.
Ah, you know what? There we go. There's our answer right there. She's part bird. That explains everything.
Perfect.
Perfect. I'm glad we had this conversation, answering the questions that other folks dare not ask. Dang it! I can't switch audio. This
Yeah, unfortunately, our viewers will have to contend with having their hearing for just a little bit longer.
Dang it! This one hurts me personally. I have been switching the audio every single race.
Yeah, Ridley's really got something to say in this game, and he wants to make sure you're hearing it.
Now let's see if Eric can get himself some diffusion doubles here, which is no
Hard. Looks like he has not gotten any. I don't think there were any doubles there.
Yeah, unfortunately getting doubles in that core is certainly weird. Very, very difficult. Weird's not the word I was looking for. Difficult is the word. There we go. I'm good at words.
Words are hard.
Certainly.
Sometimes. Not all the time, but most of the time.
One thing is for sure, and that's that Herc is done with his regular bosses. He's on his way. He's in cleanup. He's made it to the most unique and most difficult part of Fusion 100%. Because now with the screw attack, the game actually becomes open.
Yeah, you can actually go anywhere you want.
Yep. And we are going to do just that in order to get whatever items are missing. So this is really the section where time can be gained or lost in huge chunks.
Yeah, Fusion cleanup is a really, really cool part of the run. It starts off kind of slow, but it ramps up in intensity very nicely.
Yeah, and in fact, even just starting with the next item here, the next one involves carrying a shine charge down and around a room in order to break some blocks to get a power bomb tank. But there are some ways you can try and save some time by not going into the save room to get the charge, but it's really tight if you do that. So my point is, well, let's see how Herc does this.
I'd expect him to try and save the time.
Yep. Oh, that's always the problem. It's so tight that you have to really just inch into that door and not enter the save room. But, well, here we go, up and over. Powerbomb tank. Now let's see if he can do that same thing on the way back, because he can save those 2 door transitions as well and get a charge to carry up into the charge beam room, because there is a E-tank up there he needs.
This, I feel like, is much... Oh!
There we go.
Very nice.
I don't know, that one feels, to me at least, a lot easier. Oh, that might be... I hope it's not too high. Okay, there we go.
No, not even close. Okay, good. Ooh. He was worried he was going to bonk there, but I really shouldn't have been, because if you're going to bonk there, you'd bonk on the bottom platform, but no matter.
Yeah, thankfully, if you're mostly over, it'll push you over a couple of pixels, but...
Yeah, the GBA games are nice like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna bonk on one pixel of a tile.
Yep.
Horizontally you might, but vertically not so much. Oh, there's that voice.
Yep. Elfonzyo heading to acquire authorization in the form of wave beam.
One of the best authorizations. Now let's see how... Let's see, he was trying to... Oh, he's trying to drop a power bomb to break open the top, but accidentally dropped a regular bomb. That's less than ideal. He's a little bit too close there. But Xbox jumps away instead of toward him? Ooh, oh god, he's just having a real rough time here. He's way too close!
He's losing a lot of health.
He was trying to get inside the hitbox like with the strats on box 1, but oh my god, please. Be careful.
Yeah, stay alive, man.
Oh gosh! It's too close! Now my big concern here now is that with health like this, even if he manages to get to the core, he's very much within danger. With this little health, the core can still kill him. This core will do the better part of an E-tank per hit, so he's got to be real
this core
careful here.
hurts.
Okay, if he can dodge one more, I'll feel better. Okay, I think he's got this. He's got it. He just has to seal the deal.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Not even going to worry about going for sweet spot, just not getting shot. All right. That one had me a little bit...
I missed all the rest of Herc's Sector 1 cleanup because I was so concerned.
Yeah, thankfully, after the Shine Spark chain there, Sector 1 cleanup is pretty straightforward.
Oh, does Herc... Do you know if Herc does... I think there's a new route for Sector 3 cleanup?
Yeah, there's been a change to the bottom of Sector 3 with RTA stuff. Herc has been boning up on his new strats and stuff, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly certain he's going to go for the new strat, in the bottom of Sector 3.
All right.
Oops.
Bomb jump.
There we go.
Hey.
Yeah, that nice little JBJ right there.
One of, what, 3 in the run?
Maybe I can think of 2 right now, but I'm probably forgetting one.
I'm thinking the one in Sector 1 and then the one on the way out of Sector 6. And then that one. Right. Sector, yeah.
Sector 1?
I'm sorry, Sector 2. After getting bombs.
Ah, okay. I get you. But yeah, Herc is in fact doing left side cleanup first, so he is doing the modern RTA strats for Sector 3 cleanup.
I gotta be honest, I'm not sure how this saves real time.
It's because of going back up. Because in the original, you shine spark up the right side, then come back down, and then have to climb up the center shaft. In this one, you just shine spark up the right side and then just go left and get out.
Ah, but that's slower for game time. Interesting.
Yeah, and also, as Rezaren's pointing out, fewer doors.
All right. I'm getting my fusion education today.
Yes. The downside is you have to do this part here first, and remember to get this missile here. It's very important.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah, so did I.
So, good thing neither of us are playing.
I was when I forgot.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's all right. I'm never missing it again, I tell you what.
Yeah, that's one of those things you only screw up once.
Yep. And so Herc's just going to head back onto the left. He has 3 items left to pick up here in Sector 3. Elfonzyo, meanwhile, doing the Gold Pirate Tango for the first time here. I don't think we mentioned the Gold Pirates before. You have to shoot them in the back, but that's kind of obnoxious to do. So we just shoot them and turn around, because it only checks you're behind them by checking whether you're facing the same direction. So you can exploit that, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. On the one hand, I feel like that's one of the things you would read about as like a cool little programming quirk to save a little bit of memory, computation time, whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in this context,
No, yeah, that's definitely one of those. Since cartridge space costs money, you make the check simpler, saves space, less. It feels like the way I like to hear and describe it feels like a simple, elegant solution.
yep, absolutely.
But hey, guess what time it is?
Ridley time.
Ridley time.
I think you were saying that too quiet, Crunchy. I think you need to like screech it into your microphone.
No, I don't want to steal his thunder.
That's fair. That's fair. Can you steal this thunder? Really? That's maybe the more.
I mean,
question.
I possibly, but I don't want to try, because the other downside of speaking that loud is it also hurts me.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Herc just space jumping up here, not trying to freeze the pancakes, save himself a few frames. Yeah. Diffusion doubles again are Herc trying to do. Wait, never mind.
Oh.
Trying to and just doing it. Never mind. It's fine. It is A-okay.
Gotta love a good space boost strat.
It looks as good as it feels. But on that note, Elfonzyo is now also in cleanup. We got ourselves a nice little double cleanup going, and a red X just appearing there.
Nice low chance. Doesn't.
So we got some double fun here. Elfonzyo's entering cleanup right as Herc enters Sector 6, the hardest part of cleanup.
Yeah, Sector 6 is. Sector 6 is obnoxious.
Yeah. I think the funniest thing to me is that the sector itself is certainly challenging to clean up, but it's not even that it's necessarily super ultra difficult. It's just that messing it up costs you so much time.
Oh, Herc. And Herc is about to display why.
Yep, now he's gonna have to go all the way back over here, clear these blocks, make sure to kill that. Because he's going for the space boost strat here, which is unquestionably the fastest strat, but it is also the least consistent of the strats. Because the other ones involve shine sparks, which is you don't even have to worry about maintaining height.
Yeah, this one.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and space jump is so fiddly in this game. You're trying to maintain a height of what, like 4 tiles? So that's not difficult. I mean, plenty of people can do it, but if your timing is just slightly off, especially through the door transition, you're just going to land and have it overshoot it. Oh gosh, yeah. See,
I wonder, you know, does Herc know the shine spark strats?
I mean, I would imagine he'd at least know the one intended strat, which is just land up there and shine spark to the left.
That's fair. That's fair.
But he's also probably refusing to let himself do that. So he made it into the room. He just has to maintain the height. He gets
Got it. There it is.
There it is. And he gets that jump right there as well. Then you just have to kind of, not even to say thread the needle. That's less threading the needle and more so just kind of doing a cannonball into a swimming pool. But it's a cannonball into a swimming pool, except the trampoline is launching you diagonally instead of straight up.
Yeah, it's a very interesting diving board they installed.
Yeah. What if diving board weren't actually above the pool?
Yeah, Herc still has a fair amount of difficult stuff coming up in Sector 6 here.
Oh yeah, he still has at least one. If he's going for space boosters, he has one more of those to worry about, and he also's got this one right here, where he has to break through some ceiling blocks, and then he also has the worst powerbomb tank in the game.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that powerbomb tank.
I always try to forget it, but I can't because it's an unfortunate fact of life.
Yeah, that powerbomb tank is... it's a special time.
Oh boy, is it ever. Elfonzyo, meanwhile, made it through the hardest part of Sector 1 right there with no trouble, getting that powerbomb tank, getting that E-tank. Just grab a few minor items, then he's done with Sector 1 into Sector 3.
And speaking of the worst powerbomb tank in the game...
Here we go, he's going to set up... Oh! Is he actually... Okay, for one thing, I thought he was actually going to try to freeze the ouch position with the fusion missiles, but nah, he just dropped the power bomb, and that's why it sucks.
Yeah.
You have, if you're doing it the fast way, you have to jump off of a crumble block, which is a frame perfect jump.
You got it! Oh no! He had it.
Oh, it hurts.
It hurts.
That one hurt.
That hurts.
that hurts. Congratulations, you have found an entirely new dimension of suffering to inflict on me, John. Why would you do this?
I have no answer.
Okay. But the irony there is that even with all those misses, it's still faster than doing it the intended way, which is waiting for an ouch to move into position. But here we go. This is rough. This one he has to...
Oh, well.
Yeah, the ideal strat there is to carry a charge shot in space boost through that wall, R shot to open the door, and then carry the space boost all the way to that E-tank. But there's, as you can imagine, there's a lot that can go wrong there. Like in that case, not having a charge to open the door.
Yeah, that's a challenging strat. And he opts to just shine spark for that last one.
Yeah, I will give a special shout out to Resurren, who came up with a shine spark alternative strat to that's actually really, really good. The sort of thing where we all just looked at it and said, "That's a great idea. Why didn't anyone else think of that?" Well, he stepped up and came up with that. So I'm hoping we see more of that one in this tournament.
Those are always good strats. The one that you look at and you're like, "Why didn't no one ever do this before?"
Everyone feels dumb for a moment, then gives like infinite pats on the back to the person who got it.
Yep.
Apparently you have apparently you're doing a lot of talking while power bombs go off.
I can't help it, you know.
All right, Hurt into Sector 4 cleanup, which is the shortest cleanup because it's already done.
Already done.
Already done. And, ooh, Elfonzyo showing off there something that... The reason why we do a JBJ there, and also right there, is because power bombs are exploding, you can't grab ledges. So you have to make sure to drop them either early or late enough that you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's kind of an annoying design decision, to be quite honest.
I'm also a little bit surprised Elfonzyo opted to do missiles there instead of just screw attacking down the shaft, but either works. Honestly, there's no particular reason to worry about that if he makes it down quickly. Now Herc showing off Crumble City, one of the two annoying puzzle rooms in Sector 2, which is the second hardest sector in cleanup. Not quite as bad as Sector 6, but certainly plenty of spots to lose time in it.
Yeah, because this whole room relies on space jump, which we've been over that.
Yeah, every time I have to say that, a little part of me just dies. Relying on space jump. Oh god. I said it again.
Yeah.
But in any case, we're also going to see the classic IGT strat from Elfonzyo here, who's doing right side cleanup first. But the cool upside to this is that if he manages to pull it off, we do get to see a really cool space boost heading left.
Again, really stressing the importance of looking cool in your speedrun.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in a game like this, Hundo gives you so many extra opportunities to look cool. Here we go. Oh, he's going for the Shine Spark. Still, a very cool Shine Spark. It's possible to shoot diagonally, open the door, and then space boost through this room. Which is... It looks real cool when you pull it off.
It really does.
Alright, Herc showing off the faster strat in this room, which is a room I also do not like.
This room sucks.
It does. The intended strat is freezing rippers, but you can jump on the crumble blocks and then respin and space jump in the time. You can do that in the time it takes you to fall one tile. Congratulations, you did it. If not, congratulations, you get to restart the room. Imagine thinking that just going fast is automatically cooler.
Yeah.
Who would think something like that?
Sam is not a good judge of style.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it subtle, not call out any names. You're just like, nah, it's Sam.
Yep. I'm always gonna call out Sam.
All right. Herc coming up on the final puzzle room of the game here, and also not an easy one, especially if you're opting to go for the... Yo, Elfonzyo showing off another cool Shine Spark there. That's another one we don't get to see if we do it the new way, but you know, again, saving time. That's what the other strat does. Here we go. Herc into this puzzle room. What we need to do is carry a Shine Charge all the way up, but basically going horizontally back and forth onto the ramps. But the other missile tank down there, the easy way to get it is to just run along the bottom, get a charge, and Shine Spark it. But you can also do a crouch, get the charge off crumble blocks up here. Oh, what? No, too high. He went too high.
I've never seen that before. He Shine Sparked, and he like hit the crumble blocks and triggered them while he was sparking.
He did. Unfortunately, he did not land. He didn't start running again. He actually managed to get close enough to the ceiling to not land on the ramp. Because what you can do is you can actually crouch on those crumble blocks with the speed boost and get the charge, but it's really tight. And then fall down and get that missile tank without having to re-get the charge, which is really tight. But oh, Elfonzyo remembering a thing he missed earlier. I'm digging it.
Oh, I missed that. He missed this. So
that's really far to the left.
Way too far to the left. Even if he lands on the Ripper, he won't be able to get into the hole.
Yeah, that's the bigger danger there. Oh god!
Now we can't get out. Oh no.
He's doing the arm wave of frustration.
Yeah.
That is a oh, that's so far to the right still. He doesn't have the distance to make it. Oh no! It
didn't lose him any time to try.
It's very true, but this room is bad and I hate it.
Yeah, this room is pretty awful.
There's a lot of rooms I don't like. Oh, that is...
Ooh, that is not going to work.
That is not going to work. We're just about one tile to the left. That should work, but it's going to be... There we go. Okay, we in there.
Alright, he's good. We
got it. Speaking of that, Herc is now coming up on the final powerbomb tank in the game here. With this, he should have 100%. But since he's been using powerbombs, you won't know until he grabs the final Core X. At which point, if we see 250-74, he's good.
And if we don't, then he's not good.
He is not good. Thankfully, we do have a contingency for that. Accidentally missing an item is not an instant DQ, but it does carry a penalty of 5 minutes per item missed.
That's pretty hefty.
It is. It's not necessarily... It doesn't necessarily cost you the race, but that's also why we say that it's unintentionally missed, because if it's one of those things where you see very clearly that, oh, he's still missing 2 E-tanks. Oh, but he's also still in Sector 5. But he's missing 2 E-tanks in Sector 5.
I'm entirely the wrong person to ask about that, because
I'm trying to think what could we be missing?
Had you not mentioned it, I probably would not have picked up on it.
Actually, hang on a second. No. Oh, we forgot to get these. Okay. There we go. He's good. He's good. I was looking at the wrong thing on that screen.
Ah.
I mean, there wasn't too much else to look at, because otherwise all we have to look at is Herc getting a lecture from the computer here, and who cares about that? Lectures are dumb, especially in a game where we're trying to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of going fast, he's coming up on the Sax fight. This is certainly a fight that can go south real quick. He's going to try to keep it frozen to maximize damage, because otherwise you can only hit it once per charge shot as opposed to damage per frame. So here we go.
Elfonzyo in Sector 6.
Ooh. He is going to have to play it clean.
Good fight for Herc. Oh, is he going to do this first?
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting. I have actually... He's doing the puzzle in this room in a way that I'm not familiar. Meanwhile, Herc's setting up for some doubles. Can he get the triple? Does not get the triple, but it looks like he got 2 there. Okay, maybe not 2. I think he got 1 though. Yeah, he got 1 double. So Elfonzyo done with this room. Going to head on to the left. Unfortunately, going to have to redo this room over here. Usually the only reason we see someone do the right side first is if they really want to carry a space boost all the way from the right to the left.
That's what I was thinking.
That would have been a real power play right there.
That is a power move.
But yeah, this is the intended routing going through this room. You just go all the way across. You see where that power bomb is. Oh, he's going for this particular strat. He might not be wrong.
Oh no!
Yeah. Item hitboxes are kind of weird. You can't just barely touch them. You have to actually be a bit of a ways into them. That one should.
That should be good. Oh no! Wow!
Oh, this is unfortunate. But speaking of Shine Sparks, Herc gonna go for a low height one here.
Oh, I just missed it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But what matters is he's heading into the final room now. It's too far to the left, I think. Yeah, unfortunate for Elfonzyo there. He's got to be on the right side of that block on the floor, not the left side. We're going for Pogo, but not quite getting the height. I salute him trying to get Pogo. Oh, gosh. Elfonzyo needs to line up with the right side of that double-wide block. He keeps trying... I think he's trying to set up on the half blocks. That's... Okay, there we go. That was just enough that it auto-adjusted to the left.
Got it.
But now, Herc, let's see what he's got. 250-74, he's got 100%. He just... What just happened there?
I think he
Did he press right before he landed?
I think that's what happened, yeah. He pressed right like the frame before or something.
Oh, that's tragic.
It hurts. It hurts to watch.
But it doesn't hurt for him to finish up here, because that's done. That's time.
1:45.
1:45.22. I do not have SRL open again, but he's going to be popping in here shortly. Let's just say some words.
All right. Elfonzyo making his way through Sector 6, the stuff of nightmares.
Which is ironic, because Sector 5 is where Nightmare is.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a joke about Sector 6 being the night sector.
This game has pretty good potential joke setups. Oh, be very careful. He was sitting up for the diagonal there, but that's when you have to be so careful there, because had he shine sparked vertically and gone all the way up, he would have been locked all the way back in Sector 1. There we go. Okay.
Oh! Nice job.
Playing games with my heart.
And probably his own.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is gonna be a top tier interview.
And here we go. Hey, calling it.
Hi there.
GG. Congratulations.
Thanks, my dudes.
So, how you feeling right now after that?
Hungry?
That's
Hungry
very
for
relatable.
more.
That's very relatable.
Thankfully, I've got food that I'm kind of eating right now, so sorry to anybody who doesn't like the sound of chewing if that's coming through. My sincerest apologies.
I think the noise gate's keeping it out. We seem to be fine.
Yes.
So, you gotta ask, like, what really stands out about that run to you? Like, what feels like high points, low points, or just stuff that you just look at and say, "What the heck was that?"
The entirety of it was a low point. So the only good thing is that I somehow got a 0.6 second gold at a Vari suit. I spaghettied the climb, which was amazing, which put me behind really quickly. I was kind of keeping pace until Sector 3 emergency, and then I just botched Sector 6 because I didn't trust myself. I got the tricks first try, but I didn't think I got the jump through the door, so I was like, oh, I definitely didn't get it. And when I got it, I was like, oh, crap. High points, I finished a run.
Nice.
I won, I guess.
Good job.
Yeah, great. Nice.
I got the 110. That's the biggest high point right there. That's
The 110.
110.
The 110.
If Ross wasn't here to witness it, I'm going to give him so much crap later because I did that all for him.
He's never present whenever 110s get got. That's just the nature of the beast.
A dork.
For real.
Yeah. Classic Ross. Looks like Elfonzyo has forfeited.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That is quite unfortunate.
And they got second try worst powerbomb tank as well.
I don't know. I think he just wanted to get that to style on Herc.
So Sam is sending me DMs.
It's what he
Sam
does.
over here sliding into my DMs. He wants to know what I'm eating. I'm having a cheeseburger and French fries, even though I'm on a diet because I don't adhere to my diet strictly.
That's legit.
So I also received DMs about eating, and apparently I'm the only person here who gains weight regardless of what I eat, even if I stick to my diet. So great, awesome.
Yikes! I'm sorry to hear that.
That's whatever. I just need to whip my tails into shape. It's not a big deal.
Unfortunate that Elfonzyo didn't finish.
Yeah.
How far behind was he?
Right now he was doing Sector 6 cleanup.
Ooh. That'll do it.
Yeah.
That will certainly do it.
Just watching the race, it doesn't really feel like there's anything, just any one thing in particular, just kind of like, oh, this will cost a lot of time. Just your movement was just cleaner overall. Bosses were going better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel like I had some good boss fights. There are a lot of like times during this run where I feel like my movement is going really well, and then I get to my next split and I get there and I go, how did I lose 8 more seconds? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, I didn't spaghetti anything. Everything was actually like pretty on point, and yet I still lost time somehow. I don't I'm getting the door fixes. That's the other thing that I'm trying to get used to. There's all these door fixes for RTA.
I don't know. It feels like a fusion thing because I feel like the worse you feel a split was, the better you feel you do it. When you feel I just nailed that, suddenly where did those 15 seconds go? It's just fusion is
pretty
weird.
much. Good game.
Yeah.
Absolutely a good game.
Well, and we keep playing it. Can't get enough.
Yeah, you keep playing it, so it can't be that bad, right?
Oh, we tried box 1 strats for box 2? Wow. That's risky.
Yeah, no, he was trying some real avant-garde stuff on box 2. We're getting worried actually.
That box 2 was very scary.
Really though, how are you guys doing after that race? John?
I'm
Crunchy?
fine. Yeah, I ate a couple of chocolate chip cookies during it.
Oh my god, y'all are killing me.
Oh, that's a solid choice.
Yeah, it was a very, very good decision.
Heck. Okay.
And
Mic wasn't working for a second.
Hello.
So I was hearing about you talking about the box 2. What happened there is that I forgot to lay a power bomb when I entered the fight, and it was a whole lot of missed inputs from there, from trying to back up and trying to get it back. So it wasn't a box 1 strategy. It was just I was just getting hit and not latching on to the ceiling.
Yeah, you were trying to drop a power bomb after you missed the first one, but accidentally dropped a normal bomb. I'm just like, this could be trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looked like a pretty typical boss fight that got very out of hand very quickly.
I tend to have issues with box 2 anyway. It's definitely not like, you're not the only one.
And while it was 100%, I was noticing my health, and like that was almost embarrassing. So I played safe near the end, especially for the beam fight.
It was a good choice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just missed a lot of things, like messing up strats that I don't normally mess up. Nerves.
I mean, if you watch the beginning of the race, I completely botched the climb and put myself like 13 seconds behind just on that.
I botched a little bit on the climb too. So, like, I was 13 seconds behind on my missile split, but I somehow I think I got a gold split on my morph ball.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah, it was a fun race, but I didn't want to. I just didn't want to continue.
Yeah, that's fair. Although I'm trying to remember what time. What do we? Does anyone remember what we input as a time on the brackets for a DNF?
I mean,
well, I don't think it matters since that knocked me out. I believe
it's a 1-0.
Okay, so we're not actually marking times this time.
Not really, no.
Okay. I guess I'm used to in the past just always marking down the times even if whatever. So okay.
I guess you could put Herc's time in a 0.
I'm assuming Scotty won earlier.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
That was a
Cool.
very
So that means I lose next round.
yeah.
Yep,
Have fun.
Yeah.
It's a big talk.
The real final boss of Fusion. Scotty.
See Scotty W.
Oh, it's gonna. I saw that. I meant to talk to him before, and just wanted to be like, "Hey, do you want to throw your match so that way we can play on the Chinese version for our race, just to have some fun?" I need to get to the finals now for that to happen, and that's very unlikely with how poorly I play with at 100%.
And if you look up C Scotty W, I mean, if you look up my name on YouTube, you'll see the match that me and Scotty had for the Any% tournament in 2018, which looks like Crunchy was also commenting that race too.
She is amazingly awesome at commentating stuff like last second.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate to have a lot of free time these days, so I'd rather step in more than I probably should, rather than have a race go with like no one talking over it. Because
It's fair. Plus, it's more entertaining to watch.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. I was looking at the SRL, the SpeedGaming chat, and noticed as soon as you came in, they got really hyped up.
I'm impressed because my energy was not that as high as it usually is for this one, but thankfully John stepped in, gave me some backup, and we managed to keep it going.
Was it because I was one of the racers that the energy wasn't too high, or
No. It's because the last race was at 1:30. I finished that. I went to do a thing, didn't even have a chance to get food, and then I'm like, oh god, there's the next race. I'm gonna have to just grab a drink from the fridge and see what happened and do my best.
Yeah. I popped in like just as I got home from work.
Yo, you guys are the real heroes here.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Somebody buy Crunchy Lexa pizza, please.
That's fine. That's okay. No, I don't know. If someone does buy me a pizza, I'll be really concerned because that means they know where I live.
Give him $20. He'll order it himself.
There you go.
That's a good workaround.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. But no, it's you guys give us good stuff to talk over. We wouldn't be able to do if you all weren't putting on a great show. So thank you, and GG's to both of you.
You.
Yeah, GG, Cirque.
Good race. Thank you for the race, by the way.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Well, I was seriously considering not doing it, but I figured might as well. Wouldn't hurt.
Cool.
just wasn't gonna race.
Yeah, yeah. The week started out pretty bad. Like but
yeah,
I need something to get my mind off of things.
Understood.
Alrighty then.
Alright.
Well, I'm gonna head out.
All right.
GG's. Thanks to SpeedGaming, I guess. Feasel, who's the leader of everything. Looks like he's an admin. So, Feasel, shout outs to Ross. Shout outs to
Hey.
well, everybody I can shout out. Shout outs to the chat. I'm gonna play my music. I'm out.
All right. Have
Man.
yourself a good one, Elfonzyo. Thanks for stopping by and having a chat with us.
Yeah.
No problem.
Everyone go follow Elfonzyo.
Yes. If you haven't done already,
too.
give Elfonzyo and Herc a follow. There's your links for their channels right there in the chat. And if that wasn't enough fusion for you, and I understand, sometimes you just need a bit more fusion in your life, good news. We have another race for you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, in fact.
Snap.
Saturday. It's Tupto versus Monkey.
Tupto.
I'm sorry, what was that?
And go Tupto.
I'll be curious to see how that one goes, because Tupto has been playing really, really well, and Monkey's always good at fusion, so we'll see how that one turns out.
That he is.
But otherwise, if in the meantime, if you want to watch other stuff on SpeedGaming, we got some stuff going on tonight. The Azure Dreams tournament has started, and that's going on right now over on SG2. We got a whole lot of rando. Do you like rando? Pick a channel. It's probably on there. We got so much rando. Also got Super Mario World, No Cape, No Star World, some Mario Sunshine, Kirby Amazing Mirror, plenty of stuff all over the place. Click on that link directly below the stream and you too can see what's going on where. But that's all I've got. Herc, John, you guys got any other thoughts, final words?
No. Other than I'm gonna do Chinese fusion now.
All right, have fun.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Ooh, excuse me, I will.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see ya. GG's once again.
Later, Herc.
And you said you got nothing, John?
I got nothing else.
Oh, well. Sometimes that's just how it be. And I'm going to give a special shout out to John for stepping in because he doesn't really run this game, but he stepped in and helped me out when I was...
I don't run this game in any sense of the word.
I was trying to give you at least... Well, I mean, you run Zero Mission, which controls similarly, all right? So, I mean...
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, so I was not wavering. I was basically flagging down pretty hard. I'm having a hard time coming up with words, but I was petering out pretty badly. And so thank you very much. I probably would have just been getting more and more sluggish as things went on. But so
yeah, I figured I would hop in. Commentating is always a fun time anyway.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So thank you for that. And everybody out there, thanks so much for watching. We have a lot of fun putting this on, and we hope you have as much fun watching as we do playing, because that just increases the enjoyment for everybody. I think we can agree that more enjoyment is more good. So thanks for watching. Be sure to come back tomorrow for the next race, and have yourselves a good one.
Take care, everyone.